If I could go back to the day I got laid off, there are a few things I'd tell myself. Things that would have saved me months of stress, fear, and self-doubt. Have you ever felt stuck in a 9 to 5, knowing deep down you wanted to start something of your own? Maybe you kept putting it off because life was too busy. And then, boom, you got laid off. And now you're wondering, what am I gonna do next? If that sounds like you, stick around. I'm going to share the actions I took after my layoff and the powerful lessons I learned along the way. Before I continue, let's clear something up. Layoffs doesn't always say something about you or me. As of writing and based on the recent reports in February of 2025, the global unemployment rate stands around 5%. In the US alone, the unemployment rate is 4%, while in the Philippines, where I'm based from, sits around 3.1% last December 2024. The unemployment rate just basically means this: there are people looking for a job and they haven't found the right one yet. But why do layoffs happen? I realized a few key reasons. One is economic downturns, when business slows down and companies struggle. The pandemic was a big example of this. The strengthening or weakening of a currency, or even a change in global regulations, could impact supply chain, sourcing, production, and revenue. Another factor is technological advancements and process improvements, where some tasks are taken over by machines and AI, and companies are always wanting to do more with lesser people. In addition to this, our organizational restructuring. This happens as companies do acquisitions, meaning one company takes over the other and the latter loses its identity. A merger, meaning two companies combine to form a new one, or simply a change in business strategy, and the company took another direction as what was planned before. All of this could lead to redundancy in roles. What I'm trying to say is that layoffs are normal. When companies restructure, it's not about you. They do it to survive, so they can continue giving value to their customers, provide a living to their existing employees, and soon open up new opportunities in the future. It's just so happened that the role that you once played in that company is the role that needs to be let go of. But despite retrenchments or layoffs, there are also new jobs added into the market, an opportunity for those who are looking for a suitable one. And not just jobs, there are also endless entrepreneurial opportunities that is waiting for you to take action or to create. It's all a matter of solving a problem in a society and offering your solution to that problem at a price you both can agree upon. I'm talking about this because you need to conquer that feeling of being inadequate or the thought of being not enough. Because the truth is, you are more capable and as equally important than you think you are not. As to me, there were really times in some days where thoughts would just rush in. Thoughts like, what if there will come a time where I could no longer afford to put food on the table, or pay the house mortgage, or pay the bills? And not to mention hearing voices of, what would people say to me? What if someone would use my vulnerability against me? I have recalled that there were moments where I was in defensive mode. I should not do this, I should not do that. Those days increased my confusion, anxiety, and stress. And I started to doubt myself, saying, I cannot do this, and that I am not enough. And then weeks and months has passed, I realized that I've been using my precious energy worrying on those fears that never really happened. Those fears were just voices from our negative past experiences, the pains that led us to the mindset of survival. Thinking about these fears actually magnifies it more, and it's holding me back. It's going to hold you back. Fear drains our energy. Instead, you have to focus on the present. Use what you have now. Your past does not define who you will become. Stop living as if you're stuck in yesterday. Learn to accept and forgive yourself and others in your past so you can let go of it and let the future unfold on its own. Because the moment we stop holding onto fear, we start moving in faith. At the end of the day, no one's holding you back except you, and no one's going to push you forward except you. So the real question is, are you staying stuck or are you moving forward? It's your decision. So now, here are the actions that I took and the realizations that I've learned along the way. That if I were to go back on day one, here's how I can improve them. First action is you need to identify your runway. Before jumping into any business, you need to know the bare minimum you and your family need to survive. That is your baseline. Think of food, rent, bills, and just a little extra for life, such as growing in your relationships or simply for your personal development. Now let's figure out how much time you have. Add up everything you've saved, severance, emergency funds, or whatever you have. Then divide the total by your basic monthly expenses. That's how many months you have to figure things out. So example, if you have $12,000 and your basic monthly expense is $1,000, then you would have 12 months of runway. If your basic monthly expenses is $2,000, then you would have 6 months of runway. But what about health emergencies like medicines, doctors, or hospitalization? Think back, how much did you spend on doctor visits, medications, or emergencies last year? If it was about $500 every few months, then you should set aside 1 or 2 months worth of savings for health. So your runway is your deadline. This is how much time you have for you to figure out your business or create your own thing so you can be self-sufficient. But the realization I had here is not to focus on the deadline because it will only make you worry more. And you would feel that every expense you make is a step closer to making your fears into a reality. Now you're back to the fear mindset again. Instead, focus on what you currently have today. Do the best that you can today and trust that you are on the right path. After identifying your runway, second is find a way to extend it. Your business is yet to be created and you don't know how much time it would take. So to give you more time, you need to find a low-effort gig or a job using the skills that you are already good at, be it in software, finance, affiliate marketing, video editing, copywriting, or buying and selling items or services. This can generate you a quick fix income to add up to your remaining funds, increasing your runway and moving your deadline further. But here's what I've realized. There's just jobs or gigs that takes out more energy from you instead of having more of it. Just be aware in these situations. These jobs or gigs can also give you a clue on what activities you don't like so you can determine the activities that you like. For you to be self-sufficient, you need to be able to do something that you can do for the next 5 to 10 years. To help us out with this, that brings me to my third action, which is leverage on your strengths. But if you're someone like me who operated in fear, you'd unconsciously be doing what's just available as long as it's extending the runway, right? But until when? That's why if I were to go back, I'd prioritize doing jobs or gigs that would closely align to my strengths. And to help you determine what skills you are already good at, you can identify this from your past accomplishments. What tasks or activities you find it easy to do while others find it hard. You can reflect on common compliments that you receive from your circle, like your family, friends, or colleagues. But if you aren't sure, the most easy access you can do is to go directly ask them. And you can also revisit previous self-assessments if you have. Luckily for me, I've had a couple. And the one that always gets me back is the Gallup Strengths Finder. These 3 areas are a good starting point for you to see a picture of your gifts that you already have in your arsenal. So you can focus on what you have today. The sooner you acknowledge this, and the sooner you align your activities to your strengths, trust that the smoother and fulfilling your days will be. Look at the likes of Oprah Winfrey as she embraced her communication skills in storytelling and empathy to connect to people and built an empire with it. Look at the likes of Elon Musk, who embraced his visionary entrepreneurship and drives technological advancements. Look at the likes of J.K. Rowling, who captivated global audiences through her imaginative storytelling and the creation of the Harry Potter universe. These are examples of a few people that embraced their strengths and became the person who they are today. And that leads me to my 4th action. That's to invest in yourself and keep growing. I always believe that the best investment that you can make is to invest in yourself. This is the investment where you can never lose, and that nothing or no one could ever take away from you. And it only compounds in time through practice and action. But Hans, which training? Where do I start? How would I know that this training or workshop will help me? Well, what I did was I took courses, seminars, or even YouTube videos that would somehow interest me and that would help me make money. So I took trainings in sales and digital marketing, checked out on freelancing, explored AI, explored content creation, dove into solar and renewable energy, and a lot more resources in personal development. And the realizations that I learned is to find trainings that could further improve your strengths. If you're not sure about your strengths, then I'll add the search of those strengths as one of my priorities. And along the way, you'll meet people, and most likely, you're in the same journey as them. Which then leads me to my 5th action. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people to adopt a new mindset. There's a saying that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. We tend to mirror and model our beliefs, behaviors, attitudes, and overall character from other human beings. Humans do this to conform to society in order to survive. That's just what humans are. So for example, if you spend most of your time with entrepreneurs and action takers, then you'll more likely become an entrepreneur and an action taker yourself. And if you spend time with people who constantly procrastinate or do the opposite, then you'll most likely end up in that direction. Surround yourself with people through what they do and what they need to become have shown you what it is to become one. The characteristics and the mindsets that you need to have and how you can use your capabilities and your strengths to become effective. But Hans, isn't that just copying or mimicking? Again, that's just what humans are. But if you're conscious with it, you're doing it to get a feel and a vision of what it is that you want to become until you can confirm what part of it that resonates with you and the world you want to create and what part of it you don't. The key word here is you're being conscious of it. You're being intentional and you're constantly watching yourself. But Hans, where can I find these people? Look around you, there's a lot. Either in social media groups, community events, physical seminars, or the trainings that you have attended. So choose the people you surround yourself with. But more importantly, learn to let go of the circle that no longer serve you or the world you want to create. To help you quickly move to a new mindset, my sixth action is find a mentor. But Hans, how and where can I find the right mentor for me? I've first learned this from Coach Russ Hewson, that there are two types of mentors. There are informal mentors and there are formal mentors. Informal mentors are those lessons that you followed through the works in their books, or those you've watched and consumed educational contents in the internet or in social media. These are mostly free as long as you have an internet. Formal mentors are those you have direct interaction with through groups or in one-on-one coaching sessions. And most of this comes with a cost. Now, to find which mentor is right for you, you have to look at the mentor's results, lifestyle, and values. You have to reflect if they have what you want to happen in your life and in the world you want to create. Results are those real, concrete, and visible achievements that a mentor has reached, those that you want to happen in your life. Like someone who successfully launched and scaled multiple businesses, or someone who has helped people advance in their careers. Lifestyle is how the mentor lives day by day. What are their priorities and their overall being? Do these align to what you are aspiring to? Like someone who prioritizes family time and maintains a healthy work-life balance. Or someone who is passionate about continuous learning and personal development. Or someone who finds joy in giving. Values are the mentor's core principles when making decisions and actions. Like someone who prioritizes integrity and honesty. Or someone who has a growth mindset and treats every failure as a learning opportunity. Or someone who is committed to help others. In realization, mentors can help you shorten the distance from where you are now to where you want to be. You can either learn alone from trial and error, spend a lot of time and energy in the process, or just get shortcuts from these people who are 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. Then after getting even the slightest idea of what you want to do or what you want your life to become, then my 7th action is simply take action. Just start. The problems why people are stuck in their situations right now is that they fail to take action. They let their limiting beliefs take control of their mind. What if I can't get the right supplier? Or what if I don't get a client? Or what if I fail? Because that's exactly the point of starting and taking action. So you can see where you need to improve on. You would then know more about who to look for as a mentor and ask help with. You would know more about the group of people you want to surround yourself with and reprogram your mindset. You would then find new seminars or trainings to help you improve and leverage on your strengths and to solve your own problems. You would then find a way to create your own business, give value to others, and then money will just follow. So that finally, you can be self-sufficient. Because simply, an entrepreneur is someone who sees people's problems and provides a solution to that problem. People in pain are willing to pay money to people that remove away the pain from them. So if you think you've failed somewhere, then that's a good problem to solve. Keep solving your own problems until you suck less. I've made prior videos and most of them are in other channels like in Facebook and in TikTok. And what I realized is that I suck. Not to mention the cringe in watching my own videos and that constant feeling of a missing piece in those videos. There's always something to improve on and I wanted to see more of me. Nevertheless, I did not put those videos down to keep me grounded and to remind me in the future of my journey. So aim for progress, not perfection. Don't wait for the perfect timing or the perfect conditions, because being a perfectionist is the biggest hindrance to making progress. Make failures and face new problems, and then you adjust next time. Resist overthinking too much. If that's unavoidable for now, then just being aware that you are already overthinking is enough. Take a step back, look at your overall picture, and take small steps forward. If you feel that you can do 2 to 3 steps further, then go do it. You can also test your limits. Just continue and keep making progress. If you fall down, just understand that it's part of the process. Just stand up, wipe out the dirt, smile, and try again until you suck lesser and lesser. And finally, Denalan, after everything that has gone through, my biggest realization was I was actually not looking for a business or a job that can generate me money. I was experiencing these, battling emotions and my limiting beliefs, was because I was actually looking for my purpose and my calling, to operate at my full potential, to give value, and trust that the money and success is just a byproduct of the value that I give. The journey made me ask this question a lot of times. Who am I? What am I in this world? And so I'm in this journey to self-actualization and transcendence, that I may break free from my limits, aligning with my truth, creating value through my gifts, and become the creator who I am, and to create the world I want to live in. I don't have all the answers, but I'll best share what I learned as I walk this path, hoping it'll help others find clarity and courage in their own journey as well. I hope you find a lot of value in this video. Let's talk more in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.